I perform around the world. And when I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Grenadian, operating 30 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's. The number one for travel.
Say hello to Grenada's hidden gem, Mandela Court, a Grenadian-owned luxury boutique hotel tucked away in Lansipine. Our fully equipped suites are now complemented by an international standard restaurant and conference room. So whether you're having a formal business event, quaint garden wedding, or just a relaxed dinner for two, you can count on Mandela Court for that luxurious experience. Call today to book your viewing or reservation. We look forward to welcoming you.
The Rotary Clubs in Grenada introduce the Good Neighbor Initiative, a program designed to assist individuals and families who require short-term assistance with electricity bill payment and the cost associated with rewiring of homes due to fires and natural disasters. Applicants will be able to receive bill payments of a maximum of $250 per household for 3 months. This initiative will benefit the elderly, families with children preparing for exit exams, and families with members who are temporarily unemployed or have reduced working hours as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. If you or someone you know is in need of help, please visit our website at www.goodneighborinitiative.org and connect with a recommender today. The Good Neighbor Initiative, helping individuals and families with short-term electricity bill payments and electrical wiring, one neighbor at a time.
Angie, don't you know that you should not fly kites near electrical poles and wires? You should only fly it in open areas. If the kite gets stuck, it can cause power outages throughout the village.
Then I'll just pull it down, Johnny. Simple.
No. You shouldn't do that. You can get shocked. You should call Grenlec at 237 and they will come and help.
Alright.
Never fly kites near the power lines. If your kite ever gets tangled, do not attempt to remove it on your own. A message from Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Good evening and welcome to the MTV Evening News for Tuesday, 29th March 2022. In the headlines, victory for public workers as High Court makes historic ruling in pension restoration case. Judge grants bail to St. Andrew resident accused of killing Guyanese national in Trenchtown. Hundreds of youths continue to benefit from government programs. And in sports, Grenadian Afi Fletcher to miss ICC Women's World Cup 2022 semi-final against Australia after contracting COVID-19. We have the details to these and more after the break.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
With the news in detail, I am Troy Gill. The High Court has ruled that the government of Grenada is obligated to pay out pensions to public officers who joined the service after 1985. Today's historic ruling was welcomed by members of the Public Workers Union, who have been clamoring for the restoration of pensions for its members. We get the details in this report.
We shall
Dear sirs, the court today declared the Pensions Disqualification Act unconstitutional and we will forward the full judgment upon receipt.
The announcement was delivered to public workers during the 91st Annual General Meeting of the Grenada Public Workers Union by President Brian Grimes. After several years of protests calling on government to restore justice by paying pensions to public workers who were employed after 1985, judgment was handed down on the long-standing matter by High Court Judge Justice Ralston Glasgow.
The Pensions Disqualification Act unconstitutional and we will forward the full judgment upon receipt. Regards, James A.L. Bristol, QC.
The payment of pensions to public workers ceased during the Grenada Revolutionary period when the Constitution was suspended. He says, though he is not sure if the government may take this responsibility, he is thankful for justice. According to Grimes, this is a historic time for public officers in this country.
God is great. What we have just heard today at this point is historic. This is something you will be able to tell your children and your grandchildren. You know how much years this organization and public servants have been fighting to be recognized and for pension to be recognized in this country.
Public Relations Officer of the Public Workers Union is Daisy Hazard.
News of victory today has appealed the pension victory. And brothers and sisters, in our AGM today, we want to send a very powerful message to the government of Grenada, to the administration of the day. Your reign is long. And your time shall be longer than twine. Your time shall be longer than twine. But we, the workers of this country, will prevail. And if we die, like others before us have died without receiving a pension and a gratuity in this country, ants will bring news.
President of the Grenada Teachers Union, Jude Bartholomew, who has been leading his union in the call for teachers to retire with pensions in place. He spoke to MTV News via Zoom following today's ruling.
When we remember the situation with the Grenada Union of Teachers, leading the way, marching for pension on the street of Grenada, Carrick and Pity Matnik, and our salaries were docked for the same pension issue. And all the other unions, you're talking about police officers, you're talking about prisons, you're talking about PW, TAU, and public officers, teachers together with that rallying cry and that march for pension and such, and it has been denied. And today, basically, God has restored justice to the teachers of Grenada, to the public officers with the right, you may say, ruling from the court and from the judge in the restoration of pension for teachers and public officers. So, but we are looking forward for the full restoration of pension for public officers and for teachers and everybody, because it wasn't an easy situation. Look at teachers, I've always been crying out, and we're crying out, leading that struggle for pension. We have to march on the street. We have to take industrial action in our own country. What if the Prime Minister would already keep to his word so the whole nation would see? Because these things have consequences in the sense that are going right to forward, in that sort of period where it is basically probably an election year and in everything like that. So for the government of Grenada to really and truly to make that mistake of not honoring the ruling of the court to restore pension for teachers and public officers, it will be a sad day and a bad mistake. So I think if the government is wise and the government is smart, the government would honor the ruling of the court, because we are a law-abiding society and such, and really and truly we went to the proper channel with the court. So if Grenada, basically we are a democratic society and the court is part of the arm of you may say, the judiciary.
All eyes are on the government after the High Court ruled the Pension Disqualification Act unconstitutional. In response, the NNP administration issued a statement on the judgment.
In a statement today, the Grenada government said it continues to be committed to solving the complex issue of pension for public service workers. While it is understood that there are no easy solutions, the national dialogue must continue on the matter. The issue of the lack of a pension scheme for public sector workers has been in contention for a generation and has been inherited by this and previous governments. The statement said Tuesday's ruling by the High Court added another dimension to the long-standing issue. It said the High Court ruling delivered today, March 29, 2022, declared that the Pensions Disqualification Act Cap 230A as amended is unconstitutional, null and void insofar as it sought to modify pre-independence constitution pension laws. As such, the court held that the pre-independence pension laws continue to be the pension scheme applicable for the payment of pension to public officers joining the service after February 1985. In rendering the decision, the judge acknowledged the legislative intent for the National Insurance Scheme Act for public officers to be paid pension based on the provisions of the NIS Act. However, having regard to the decision of the Court of Appeal in McQueen versus the Public Service Commission as a high court, it was constrained to render a decision consistent with that case. Although that case dealt specifically with pension where a public officer was compulsorily retired. The High Court commented on the need for the Court of Appeal to clarify its ruling and the applicability of the McQueen case on the state of the pension laws in Grenada. The government statement said the latest court ruling has deep and serious implications for the economic viability of the state, and in discussing the way forward, due consideration must be given to these matters. Attorney General Dia Forrester spoke to MTV News this evening. She told our news desk the government is preparing to evaluate the judgment and meet with the unions.
The government is in the process of examining how it may be minded to proceed in light of that decision. Whilst the government is aware that it does have a right to appeal the decision, which is in the normal course, as in keeping with our civil procedure rules and such, at present we are actually awaiting the written judgment to be made available before anything further is undertaken in relation to that decision. Likewise, the government intends to have discussions with the various trade unions to decide on how to move forward with that matter itself.
Joseph McKee-Smith, MTV News.
Today's High Court ruling came as the Public Workers Union held its 91st annual general meeting under the theme Empowering, Protecting and Championing Labor Rights in a Time of Uncertainty for Present and Future Generations. The agenda included updates on outstanding matters and plans for the union. President Brian Grimes spoke of the union's achievements.
A great achievement by the Grenada Public Workers Union and our executive is the fact that we have added to our family in the last year. So we have certified a workplace in the form of the Grand Bacalet Juvenile Center. This is an amazing achievement because for years our union has not added to the PW family. So give a round of applause. We have also established a branch in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, something that is in section 9.3 of our PW constitution, but we have not enacted it. This executive has done that. We have also made some strides industrially. For example, I know many of you in following newscasts would have seen the actions at the government printry. Let me tell you, the government printry is a place that has been in a deplorable condition for an extremely long period of time. But our union was able to, get the workers to unite. Under their volition, yes, to unite to take a stand against the poor conditions there. And as we speak, there is ongoing work at the government bridge.
However, President Grimes says a more focused approach will be on finances.
Despite all of this, we are not here to just praise ourselves and pat ourselves on the back. There is good in that. But apart from that, we need to look at ourselves in the mirror as an executive to see how we can do better. And I must say that one thing we have to check on or have a more focused approach to is our finances and how we can bring in revenue streams. You all can appreciate, our members can appreciate, you can appreciate that based on the attrition policies and the methods of employment by the government of Grenada, we are losing our main revenue stream on basically a monthly and a yearly basis. So our thrust in the new year, or in this year and going forward, will be to increase that revenue stream.
In other news this evening, industrial action continued for a second day at the Consolidated Contractors Company, CCC, quarry in Mount Hartman, as the workers continue to seek answers for the dismissal of one of their colleagues. The workers who are not unionized decided to down tools and continue with the strike action until the Ministry of Labor intervenes in the matter. A meeting is scheduled for Wednesday at 9 a.m. with labor officials and the management of the quarry. This protest stemmed from a dismissal letter that was issued to one of the members of staff. According to the workers, he was unfairly laid off and they won't continue to work until they are given answers. Clement Phillip was laid off on Friday, and according to him, he did nothing wrong. The letter stated he was dismissed without reason, and as an employee with the company for many years, he believes he deserves to be treated better. Just before news time, reports reached our news desk that 2 more workers received dismissal letters from the company. MTV continues to follow this developing story and will bring you an update in our next broadcast. 19-year-old murder-accused Damiel Belfon was granted bail on Tuesday. Belfon was charged with the killing of Guyanese national Dominic Fields in St. Andrew. Nikita Hosten has that story.
According to attorney at law Jerry Edwin, his client Damiel Belfon was placed on $50,000 bail and has to report to the Grenville police station twice per week. He cannot leave Grenada without the court's permission and is ordered not to interfere with any witnesses. Belfon was arrested and charged with non-capital murder in the March 8 killing of Guyanese national Dominic Fields in Trenton, Grenville. In a previous interview, Jerry Edwin claimed that his client acted in self-defense.
Those 2 young men who accosted him with deadly intent on Saturday were looking for him for weeks now. And so he stayed home. He stayed away. But sometime when fate rings its bell, it's difficult to escape destiny. And so this young man is now facing a charge of non-capital murder. We are making a bail application immediately.
Due to the nature of the crime, bail was not granted at the magistrate's court, but at the high courts.
The magistrate's court does not have jurisdiction over this kind of offense to grant bail, only the high court does. I am certain our director of public prosecution, once he sees this file, as he did in the case of young Miss Ambrose, another matter here in Grenville, I am sure he will not oppose our application for bail.
Nikita Houston, MTV News.
Speaking about the government's value-based project spearheaded by the Ministry of Education, Pastor Devon Rache believes the initiative is timely. The project came into being as a result of recommendations by the Education Minister that there was a need to address social issues affecting young people. A committee was formed, recommendations were submitted to the Cabinet for approval, and the recommendations will be rolled out in schools soon.
Every school is focusing on implementing one value per month. In this part of the project, we are in the pilot phase, and in this phase, there are 7 schools that are engaged, and these schools over time have been really focusing on getting children involved and parents involved in focusing on values, and those values obviously would hopefully impact behavioral change. And we have already been receiving reports from schools that this is beginning to have an impact on students.
Pastor Rache says the project focuses on the holistic development of young people.
Basic etiquette, things that have already affected and impacted the type of people we are, the type of society we are. Those things are very important in shaping our students, because it is not just the raw academic stuff. You need beyond the academics to be successful when you have finished school, because part of employability is a lot of the attitudes. I know people often speak about customer service and the lack of customer service in some places, but you really cannot give what is not part of you. Some things are difficult to train, if it's not really part of you. And so those values that you can really get as part of this values-based education project is going to make you more employable, make you more successful in your career, because obviously it impacts a whole host of other things.
He is urging parents to do their part in ensuring the success of this project.
Teachers obviously alone cannot raise these children. The parents are the primary place for raising the children, the family, the home. And so parents also have to play the role. So PTAs have been engaged in the process and ensuring that these parents are also playing their role. And then not just the parents, but the community. When you live in school compound, what is happening in the shop next to the school? What is happening, in that shop next to your home, or whatever the case is. So the community engagement is also important. And so we feel that the school, in a very small way, in some way, can make some impact, and the rest of this can be carried over by the society, and we can really see a difference in our students, because obviously we cannot give up on them. We have to keep pushing and encouraging positive values.
The government of Grenada, through initiatives by the Ministry of Youth Development, is focusing heavily on the development of the nation's youth. According to Permanent Secretary attached to the said ministry, Marina Jessime, this is necessary as the majority of the nation's youths are under the age of 30. Minister with responsibility for youth development, Kate Lewis, gave some updates on the programs and the successes of their participants. Details in this report.
There are many programs orchestrated by the Ministry of Youth Development, and according to Minister Kate Lewis, they will continue to ensure that the youths are taken care of through such initiatives as the New Imani program, Project Fly, Youth Biz, and Empower, just to name a few. She says the programs are assessed to meet the needs of the youth and the market.
Of course, the Division of Youth Development is a very active one as we seek to provide our projects and programs geared towards the holistic development of our nation's youth. I must admit that periodically our programs are assessed to determine its effectiveness and to make the necessary changes to ensure its optimal implementation and achievement of our projects.
The minister also insists that the hundreds of participants that have passed through the programs are checked on even after they have completed their stints.
Mainly we do that so that they can provide their testimonies of their journey through the Imani program, encouraging other young people to participate and to take advantage of the programs and so. And they are always keep in touch with us as well because they are very grateful. Most of them are very grateful for the opportunities received in the various programs.
She says they rate their programs based on the successful completion and certification of the participants. The Ministry of Youth Development has been labeled one of the most active ministries, geared towards ensuring the overall development and transformation of youths. And according to Permanent Secretary Marina Jersame, it is all about investments being made in the nation's youth.
I met a team of committed persons dedicated to the programs, and I want to say that youth development is not just about projects or activities. It is about transformation of communities, transformation of lives, building sustainable development through our youthful population. I know that more than half of the population is under the age of 30. And so every activity that we do for the youth is an investment in the future of this nation.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hosten.
That's the first segment of news. More news after the break.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Glam out in the best names and designer frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Experienced drivers, you've ruled the road. Now you can enjoy the rewards with Beacon's 50+ car insurance plan. Get hassle-free sign-up, affordable payment options, and a free windscreen cover. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get driving with Beacon today.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. Grenadians are being applauded by the local organizing committee for their contribution towards the successful hosting of the third test series between West Indies and England. Tonia St. Louis Lawrence has more.
The local organizing committee for the just concluded West Indies versus England test in Grenada is in high praise of all those who ensured the games were a success. Chairman of the National Organizing Committee, Troy Garvey, was the guest on Tuesday's Rise and Shine, where he gave a synopsis of the 4 days. Garvey says government taking a bold step to secure the games at this time paves the way for the consideration of other games.
We had concerns about the pandemic and with the Ministry of Health monitoring what was taking place and the strategic decisions being made at the right time. We saw Carriacou Carnival. What happened? That was monitored closely. We know what is going to happen from the 4th of April here in Grenada. So when the decision was made to come to try to use this event as a platform to again send the message that this country, this region is ready, it was embraced by CWI, and again, the government took the lead.
According to Garvey, they will continue to monitor the rollout of other cricket tournaments with anticipation of Grenada benefiting tremendously.
Senior members from Cricket West Indies and the calendar of activities for the next 3 years is being looked at right now, starting next week at the ICC level. So we will know very soon where West Indies will be going, who will be coming, and we hope that with our display, recent display, would put Grenada high on the calendar based on our responses here. Again, like I did before, I would like to manage your expectations. Every team coming will not be the same as England. You know, the impact of, let's say, Pakistan will not be the same as England.
He urges Grenadians to support the local tournament, which is carried to commence next week.
And they're cricket next week at the stadium again, because there's a local T10 tournament that starts next week. There's a regional tournament that is going to continue. So I think you need to continue to be a part of, continue to support the game, continue to be a part of the game, and just keep our fingers crossed and hope that we have more international engagements, and as a country we can benefit as we did from this one.
The first 2 matches in Antigua and Barbados ended in draws, which set up the decider in Grenada, which West Indies won by 10 wickets, with Brathwaite hitting the winning runs before lunch. Reporting for the MTV Evening News, I am Tonia St. Louis Lawrence.
One senator continues to affirm that if predial larceny is not speedily addressed from a national security standpoint, it can pose a serious threat to food security, including production and food prices. In a recent Meet the Farmers session held with Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin and Minister of Agriculture Peter David, farmers openly expressed their concerns as it relates to predial larceny, farm security and safety, and its impact on their livelihoods, some even calling for the police to issue licensed firearms to farmers, which, according to the Commissioner, is not the best solution. Farmers' representative in the Senate, Roderick Sinclair, in a recent interview with MTV News, said if the struggle with predial larceny continues, then consumers will pay the price and enforcement is a necessary deterrent.
In Grenada, we seem to have a very good way of handling the drug squad, handling all of those drug busts all over the place. So wherever last year you have a real good bust with predial larceny, you know? Because that squad literally is demoralized. They don't have the prestige as the drug squad. I don't know how the drug squad is being financed. And maybe we need to find a similar way to finance the predial larceny squad so it could be beefed up and get more resources. But at the same time, all of these things affect prices. Because when farmers continue to have losses, they need to find a way to compensate it.
There have also been physical attacks on farmers, Sinclair said, which can demoralize these individuals.
At the commissioner's level, which is the law enforcement, and the Minister for National Security, which is making sure security is handled in the country, all of this need to come into context. Because as you know, in predial larceny context, all of our farmers has been assaulted. These are security issues.
Priority should be given to curbing predial larceny and increasing food security, he said.
Predial larceny and food security plays a bigger risk to national security than drugs, I would say. Because they would tell you sometime, you know, if people have work, if they have food and they have those things, the chances to commit other crimes is reduced. The police will tell you that.
Farmers were encouraged by the commissioner to collaborate with the police so viable solutions to this scourge can be found. Students from various secondary schools in and around St. George were the recipients of a book that aims to enlighten and inspire young people on the events of the Grenada Revolution and provide a true understanding of Grenada's history and its impact on future generations. Political and social commentator and local author William Joseph distributed several copies of his book dubbed The Grenada Revolution, Answers, Legacies and Footprints, a leadership guide to the young Grenadian, to students from various secondary schools on Tuesday. During the handing over ceremony at the Grenada Cooperative League, Belmont St. George, Williams said the book is not intended to be a narrative, but is more an examination of the Grenada Revolution.
This book is concerned with analysis. It's not a storybook. It's concerned with analysis, interpretation and the application of an abundance of knowledge acquired during the revolutionary period. The author's purpose is to equip the young Grenadian with the understanding needed to enable him or her to exercise careful judgments over political choices and other basic standards of human dignity and discourse.
He says the book also highlights a dark period in Grenada's history.
The reader will find that this writing is not a revisionist account aimed at satisfying the shifting standards of certified scholarship, people who research and they write stuff, apply all kinds of theories to things. It's not about that. Neither is it a running commentary on the life of the revolution, from bullet to bullet. Frankly, I have never read an account of the devil's history that details all of his sins. A consistent pattern of wickedness and mischief is sufficient for one to identify and establish that one is reading about the devil.
A former colleague, friend, retired public officer, and former ambassador to Cuba, Rafael Joseph, also endorsed his new book.
This book that we are talking about is an honest incisive examination of the core systems, events, decisions, contradictions, and inconsistencies of the period we are talking about, the period of the revolution. In fact, I can tell you it is a fearless, uncompromising account, a la William Joseph, of the event. Fearless, uncompromising. Remember those words, because when you read, you will see certain things that you've never heard of the revolution before.
Students, including teachers from Happy Hill Secondary, Presentation Brothers College, Beacon High, Anglican High, St. Rose Modern Secondary, and Westmoreland, all received copies of the book.
That's the second segment of news. Regional highlights are up next.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Glam out in the best names and designer frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do three things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Say hello to Grenada's hidden gem, Mandela Court, a Grenadian-owned luxury boutique hotel tucked away in Lansipine. Our fully equipped suites are now complemented by an international standard restaurant and conference room. So whether you're having a formal business event, quaint garden wedding, or just a relaxed dinner for two, you can count on Mandela Court for that luxurious experience. Call today to book your viewing or reservation. We look forward to welcoming you.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
I've been a member of the Arizo Credit Union since 2016, and honestly I joined to come out of poverty. What I love most about Ariza Credit Union is their support in helping us as members to save. I was in the credit union like a little under a month. The sewing machine that I had went bad and I was in desperate need of, purchasing another. I simply went to speak to my loan officer. I wanted to know details of how to go forward. How do I become qualified to get a loan? And the next thing I knew, she said, how much money do you need? And at that time I needed $7.99. And she said, I'll loan you the money. And from there I purchased the sewing machine, and this is the result. As a young person, we all have those little achievements in the back of our mind that seem so far-reaching. What Ariza encourages us to do is to save. I'm really happy, honestly.
Time now for this evening's regional roundup with Donessa Panchu.
This is the regional roundup for today. I am Donessa Panchu. Dominica is among the largest Caribbean islands to announce changes to its COVID-19 protocols and restrictions. In a press release on Monday, the cabinet said restrictions will be relaxed to allow businesses and activities to resume normal operations, while citizens and visitors to the island will no longer be required to stand 6 feet apart, as social distancing guidelines have been discontinued. The mandate remains in place. The government has advised that this will be reviewed in May. Among the changes that will take effect from April 4th are restrictions to religious gatherings have been removed. Churches are no longer restricted to a maximum of 150 and may operate at full capacity. The release said the removal of the mask mandate will depend on the increase of vaccination numbers and a further reduction in COVID-19 cases. In St. Lucia, the increase in cost of electricity due to an increase in its fuel surcharge and the overall high cost of living, Prime Minister Philip Haire has announced social support for the vulnerable to help with rising cost of living. More in this report.
Members of the public have been reacting to the announcement of the increased cost of their electricity bills.
I don't know why them people do that. After things so hard like that, they raising current and people, why we taking the money for we to pay the current?
I find that Butelec should not raise prices because they've been raising it so many times. It's like every time there's an increase, they pass it on to customers. Okay, so right now they should just take the fall. Fall out. Yes, and give customers a break. We deserve it.
We cannot even pay our bills as they are now. They are so hard. Things are so hard. When you go to the store, you cannot even afford it. To pay Lucilec, Lucilec is one of the companies that make the most money already. After all, give and take by people. That's too much for the poor people of St. Lucia.
We in a crisis, serious crisis in the country. If the government negotiate with Lucilec and said, look, Lucilec, bring down the price. We will give you concession. Lucilec is a big entity and always getting concession from the government. Now is our time to get concession from the government.
At a March 17th press conference, the opposition UWP had recommended 6 measures to the PA administration to ease the burden of the rising cost of living on citizens. Included in the measures was one to maintain fuel at the previous $13.95 price.
We've seen in electricity prices how much it's gone up in the households, and it will continue to go up because you remember our electricity cost is the actual cost plus an energy surcharge. And that energy surcharge is increasing on a monthly basis.
The PA administration has since rejected these recommendations, calling them disingenuous. Speaking to the members of the press prior to Monday's cabinet meeting, the Prime Minister indicated that his administration in the upcoming budget will be allocating funds to provide support to the island's vulnerable through the SSDF. He also highlighted the need for greater investment in renewable energy sources to counter the volatile price of oil and its resulting impact on other costs like electricity.
The government cannot tell Lucilec what is the pricing structure. What we must do, we must look at alternative means of energy. And that's what's important. This is where the thought comes through. And the Minister of Infrastructure tells me that there's going to be a review of the Electricity Supply Act, which will make renewable energy easier to access. That's the answer. In terms of the increase the price of fuel, it's laughable because that's That idea is good for the rubbish dump.
Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris says his administration is currently exploring the possibility of wage and salary increases in workers in St. Kitts and Nevis. Speaking at the annual convention for the ruling People's Labour Party PLP on the weekend, Harris said that he has asked the Financial Secretary to consider the cost of granting this increase. Prime Minister Harris said that with uncertainty in the global environment and prices of goods and services are increasing due to matters beyond nation's control. He said, and I quote, "I feel your pain. My government has been considering it, and we are going to be bringing some measures that will bring some relief to you," unquote. Prime Minister said this will include measures to reduce gas price at the pump and will reduce certain taxes on certain items of groceries to make the cost of living more manageable for all. And finally, in the region, Russia has announced it will drastically reduce military combat operations in two key areas of Ukraine to boost mutual trust in peace talks. The decision to scale back operations around the capitals is the first sign of tangible progress in talks since Russia invaded on 24th February. Ukraine has proposed neutrality in exchange for security guarantees. Russia officials said peace talks in Istanbul, Turkey has moved to a practical stage. And that's it for this evening's regional roundup. I am Donessa Pandrew.
This is the MTV Evening News. More news after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
I've been a member of the Ariza Credit Union since 2016, and honestly I joined to come out of poverty. What I love most about Ariza Credit Union is their support in helping us as members to save. I was in the credit union like a little under a month. The sewing machine that I had went bad and I was in desperate need of, purchasing another. I simply went to speak to my loan officer. I wanted to know details of how to go forward. How do I become qualified to get a loan? And the next thing I knew, she said, how much money do you need? And at that time I needed $7.99. And she said, I'll loan you the money. And from there I purchased the sewing machine, and this is the result. As a young person, we all have those little achievements in the back of our mind that seem so far-reaching. What Ariza encourages us to do is to save. I'm really happy, honestly.
You watching the MTV Evening News. Sports is up next.
Glam out in the best names and designer frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out, only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Holy natural spring water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy natural spring water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Coming up in sports, Afi Fletcher tests positive for COVID-19. That and more coming up in sports.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
This is where we bring you this evening's sporting highlights.
Good evening. We begin with football. The Spice Boys limited Andorra to a 1-0 victory in the international friendly at the Estadi Nacional on Monday. Team Grenada set the tempo, enjoying greater ball possession, but didn't capitalize on any opportunities in the first half, and made certain that Andorra did not as well. However, a red card 10 minutes into the second half issued by Caden Harak saw Grenada reduced to 10 men. Seconds later, an Andorra free kick opportunity resulted in Victor Barnett's easy goal after goalkeeper Rhys Charles Cook could not hold on to the ball on the goal line. Despite being one man down, the Spice Boys commanded the match, stopping Andorra's subsequent attempts. Commenting on the 1-0 loss, senior men's national team head coach Michael Finley said, quote, "We are very disappointed we were unable to gain a result tonight. We felt strongly about our ability to control the tempo of play and did not feel we were put under any great pressure. However, football is about execution, with and without the ball, and we were punished tonight for the lack of that required execution at times." Unquote. Australia and West Indies have both suffered withdrawals on the eve of their World Cup semi-final clash after the news Elise Perry and Afi Fletcher will miss the game in Wellington. Perry has failed to recover from a back problem, while Fletcher has tested positive for COVID-19 and has been replaced by Mandy Mangru. It is the second World Cup semi-final in a row the Australia all-rounder will be forced to miss after a hamstring problem ruled her out of the latter stages of the 2020 T20 World Cup on home soil. West Indies captain Stephanie Taylor wants her team to relish the moment ahead of their World Cup semi-final against Australia on Tuesday. The West Indies have been awaiting their fate since their last group match against South Africa was rained out last Wednesday. Cricket West Indies announced the West Indies Championship 2022 will resume on Wednesday, May 18. CWI unveiled the match schedule for the final 3 rounds of the 4-day first-class red ball tournament for the 6 professional regional franchises. The first and second rounds were played in February ahead of the Apex Test Series, which concluded on Sunday, with West Indies beating England 1-0 to win the newly minted Richards Botham Trophy. The West Indies Championship returns with all matches being played in Trinidad at the Queen's Park Oval, Brian Lara Cricket Academy, and the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. The third round will run from May 18 to 21, the fourth from May 25 to 28, with the fifth and final round from June 1 to 4. Defending champions Barbados Pride lead the points table with 42 points, with Trinidad and Tobago Red Force second on 38.6 points. Both recorded wins in their first 2 matches. They are followed by Leeward Islands Hurricanes on 24.6 points, Guyana Happy Eagles on 21.4 points, Windward Islands Hurricanes on 10.8 points, and Jamaica Scorpions on 8.8 points. The teams will be competing for the Headley Weeks trophy named in honour of West Indies legends George Headley and Sir Overton Weeks. Meanwhile, Cricket West Indies has named 16 players for a white ball camp to be held at the Coolidge Cricket Ground from Thursday, March 31 to Wednesday, April 13. There are 2 uncapped players on the list, all-rounder Naeem Young and Casey Carty, the middle-order batsman. Young was a member of the West Indies Rising Stars squad at the 2022 ICC Under-19 World Cup and has also played for Barbados Royals in the Caribbean Premier League. Carty has been a consistent member of the Leeward Islands Hurricanes squad for the last 5 years. He was player of the match in the final of the 2016 ICC Under-19 World Cup won by the West Indies. Head coach Phil Simmons outlined the camp will focus on improving skill sets as the West Indies look ahead to 2 major global events over the next 2 years: the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in Australia later this year, and the 2023 ICC Men's Cricket World Cup to be played in India. And that's it for sports. I am Joseph McKee-Smith. Have a good evening.
That's the sports, the weather, and a recap of the headlines after the break.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
We've been down, but not out. It's been hard, but we've persevered together. We each have a role in Grenada's successful recovery, nourishing our families, guiding our children, caring for our communities, energizing our lives. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
Good Tuesday evening, viewers. Once again with the nighttime weather forecaster, meteorologist Wayne Williams. Another sunny day throughout the Eastern Caribbean today. We did have 1 or 2 small patches of clouds passing through. Didn't really bring any significant change in the weather. Just a bit of cooling. An area here of low-level moisture continues to move westward. But as it does so, it is dissipating, may bring us 1 or 2 showers during the night time. A strong surface trough brings some cool temperatures and showers over the north and central Caribbean islands. The main feature, this area of cloudness here, as I said, it's a patch of clouds, low-level moisture could bring us some showers, but most of it is dissipating as it gets to the island. Haze also has dissipated and will continue to remain like that until possibly the latter part of the weekend or into Monday. The forecast for Tuesday night is for generally fair conditions, but we could see a period in which we'll have some short, sharp showers. Winds will be northeasterly between 8 and 20 miles per hour with a minimum temperature of 23. The moon, it set early on this afternoon, is going to rise again at 5:01 in the morning and set tomorrow afternoon at 5:09. Fair conditions on Wednesday, but there is a possibility of a few scattered showers, mostly in inland and in the hilly areas. The winds will remain northeasterly with strengths between 14 and 24 miles per hour. Choppy seas, 5 to 7 foot waves. Caution is still advised. The venturing far from port. The sunrise is at 6:04, sunset 6:18. Another hot day, 34, feel like 38. Fair conditions in Port of Spain, some isolated showers in Bridgetown and afternoon showers in Kingston. Sunshine again in Miami and New York, light rain in London. We also have a chance of some brief pop-up showers on Thursday with fair conditions from Friday through the weekend and into the next work week. Some clear skies, not much haze around to contend with. That's it for Tuesday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Remember, you can join me again on Wednesday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Victory for public workers as High Court makes historic ruling in pension restoration case. Judge grants bail to St. Andrew resident accused of killing Guyanese national in Trenchtown. Hundreds of youths continue to benefit from government programs. And in sports, Grenadian Afi Fletcher to miss ICC Women's World Cup 2022 semi-final against Australia after contracting COVID-19. Remember to tune in to our Health Matters program on Wednesday from 11 a.m. on Magic FM. We are speaking with Executive Director of the Grenada Planned Parenthood Association on women's sexual and reproductive health. On behalf of the News and Productions Department, I am Troy Gill. Good night.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Jocelyn Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair and accountable manner. The game balls with industry standards and in a way tampered with. This time, show tickets ready. It's Daily Pick 3. It pays to play. Good luck. First of all, this evening is check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 9. Second number is 1. Third and final number. Final number is 5. Let's recap those numbers on the screen. First number is 9, the second 1, third and final is 5. So that's 9, 1, and 5. Congratulations all winners. Stay tuned and get your daily cash flow drop next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash Fall every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more from 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Jocelyn Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner, with the game balls with industry standards and in a way tampered with. This time, sure tickets ready. It's Daily Pick 3. It pays to play. Good luck. First number this evening is check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 9. Second number is 1. Third and final number. Final number is 5. Let's recap those numbers on the screen. First number is 9. The second, 1. Third and final is 5. So that's 9, 1, and 5. Congratulations, all winners. Stay tuned and get your daily cash flow drop next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Daily Cash 4 Evening Draw for today, Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Jocelyn Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair, accountable manner. The game balls with industry standards and in a way tampered with. This time, sure tickets at hand. It's Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Let's find out what this evening's winning numbers will be. Good luck. First number for this evening is check your tickets. First number is 3. Second number is 0. Third number up. Third number is 9. Fourth and final number. Final number is 4. Let's recap those numbers. It's on the screen. Check your tickets. First number up is 3. The second, 0. Third, 9. Fourth and final is 4. So that's 3, 0, 9, and 4. Congratulations, all owners. Stay tuned and get your play with you up next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners. winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one later ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Playway Evening Draw for today, Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me once again is Ms. Josan Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair and accountable manner. The game balls with industry standards and in a way stamped with. Let's play Playway, value your dreams, so in your way. Good luck. This evening's winning Playway number is Shock Your Tickets. This evening's winning Playway number is 9. Let's recap the number 09. 9 represents the dream symbol cat. Congratulations to all the winners of this evening's Playway draw. Remember to play all the games of the National Lotteries Authority support sports, culture, and nation building. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
I'm a winner. You are winner. We are winners. Winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one later ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Claudius Mervyn McLawrence, affectionately called Pops of Winwood Carriacou, passed away on Saturday 19th March 2022. He was a contractor and managed his own business, Mac & Mac Construction, for many years. He is survived by his dedicated wife, children, siblings, many grandchildren, nieces, nephews, cousins, and other family. He has also left many other close friends, relatives, and loved ones to mourn his passing, including the Kent, Budlal, and Patras families. The funeral service for the late Claudius Mervyn McLawrence, affectionately called Pops of Winwood Carriacou, will take place on Wednesday, March 30th at 1:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Glad Tidings Assembly, Hillsborough, Carriacou, and interment will be at the Family Cemetery, Lapel. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Monica Cador Neil Langine, also known as Monix, of Concord St. John, a well-known market vendor, passed away on Saturday, 5th March 2022, at the age of 91. She was the mother of Aldith Joan Courtney, Althea in Canada, Martin Coco Cador, Kenneth Bob Cador, Lindo Poe Cador, and Alsted Cador, stepmother of Sheridan Cador, grandmother of Sabrina Courtney, Dr. Jade Courtney, Maya, Sophie and Jewel Courtney, Ricardo Ashton, Sherlin and Marvin Haynes, Timothy, Ashton, Alicia, and Asborn Williams. Great-grandmother of 13, sister of Lena Monroe, Faith Jessamy, Daphne Lewis, and Valma Delandro in England. Mother-in-law of Merlin Bain, Erilyn Haynes, and George Courtney. Sister-in-law of Raleigh Jessamy and Gloria Langine. Aunt of many in England, Canada, and the USA, including teacher Everil Nelson, Lerlin Langine, Martin, Michael and Tanti Marina Jessamy, and Sister Catherine Monroe. Godmother of Neville Louisor and Edwin Edwards. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends, including Edwin and Utilda Mitchell, Millie Charles, Daniel Wayne Lewis, Anthony Cador, the Langine, Louisor, Marshall, Cummings, and Cador families of Grove in Trinidad, the USA, Canada, and England, and friends and neighbours of Grand Roy, Marigot, Concord, and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Monica Cador Neil Langine, also known as Monix, of Concord St. John, will take place on Wednesday, March 30th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Concord Roman Catholic Church, and entombment will be at the Family Cemetery, Concord. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Matthew Nelista Grant of Riversally St. Patrick, who resided at Lapo Tree St. Andrew and at Beaulieu St. George, passed away on Thursday, March 10th, 2022, at the age of 70. He was the father of Cherry Ann Boca Cyrus in the USA, Cheryl Ann Boca Bethel, Corporal 939 Shonell Cummings, and Akim Adolphus, brother of Michael, also known as Lavesta, Wilbur, Gloria, Magdalene, and Magna, grandfather of Rianne and Ariana Cyrus in the USA, and Gabrielle Bethel, father-in-law of Ricky Cyrus, Hendy Bethel, and Reginald Cummings. Many nieces and nephews in Grenada, Trinidad, and the USA, including Janice, Shirley Ann, Samuel, Deanne, Catherine, Rolda, Wayne, Michael, Ashton, Jenny, and Annette. Other relatives and friends, including the Grant family of Lapo Tree, Riversally, Paradise, and Montrose in Trinidad, Canada, and the USA, the Whiteman family of St. David, the Adolphus family of Beaulieu, the Niles family of Darbo, Diego and Heads of Lapo Tree, Glenn Lewis and family, Sharon DeBerg, and friends and neighbors of Beaulieu, Lapo Tree, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Matthew Nelista Grant of Riversally St. Patrick, who resided at Lapo Tree St. Andrew and Beaulieu St. George, will take place on Thursday, March 31st at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Holy Family Catholic Church, Riversally St. Patrick, and interment will be at the Riversally Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cyprian Batiste, also known as Sippo and Dread, of Providence, who resided at Petmotov St. David, former salesman and managing director of Value Landscape in Grenada and Value Minimart, passed away on Thursday, 3rd March 2022, at the age of 62. He was the husband of Marl Batiste, father of Marcus and Morris Batiste and Marcia Franklin, grandfather of Mariah, Kiara, Kayla, Caleb, Caden, and Karina, brother of Daniel Thomas in Trinidad and Teresa Thomas in England, brother-in-law of Maureen Morel in St. Thomas, Gordon in Trinidad, Michael, Kang and John. Father-in-law of Kizzy Batiste and Leoth Franklin. Uncle of many. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including James Lewis and family, Victor Scott and family, Hyacinth McBonnet and family, Rosie and family, Sharon and family, Cynthia and family, Kester and family, the Blake family of Corinth, the Batiste family, Pastor Thomas and family, the Duncan family of Vincennes, the Albert family of Dudma, the Mapp and Horsford families, the management and staff of Value Distributors and Value Landscape in Grenada, the pastor and members of the First Baptist Church, Berat St. David, and friends and neighbours of Berat, Providence, Padmata, Belplaine, Lamode, St. Vincent, St. Thomas, the UK and Trinidad. The funeral of the late Cyprian Batiste, also known as Sippo and Dread, of Providence, who resided at Padmata St. David, will take place on Thursday, March 31st at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Padmata Gospel, according to First Baptist Church rites, and entombment will be at the Family Cemetery, Padmata. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Homes. Lloyd Edric Chetram, also known as Babu and Caesar, of Brothers St. John, passed away on Friday, 11th March 2022, at the age of 71. He was the brother of Valentine and Keith Chetram, nephew of Rosalind Julian in the UK, brother-in-law of Brenda and Louise Chetram, uncle of many including Jason, Judy, Janice Chetram Hagley, Jerry, Sharon, Lyndon, Sherry, Ken, Ian, Kay, Ricky, Robbie and Jeanette Chetram, Beverly Chetram Dolland, Rolda Chetram Justine, and Daniel, also known as Bubby in the United Kingdom. Uncle-in-law of many including Ken Hagley, Akima Fraser, David Justine, Evelyn Dolland, Suti Chetram, Lexan Chetram, Bibi Husman Chetram, and Casey Aban Chetram. Many other relatives and friends including the Sanderson, Chitterman, Perryman, Ragbasing, Duranjit, Harford, Chetram, Julian and Harriman families, the Rajman family in Tobago, the Roberts family in Grenada, the UK and the USA, Shireen Amanda Wall, Pastor Robert Mathena and family, members of the Faith Independence Baptist Church Loretto, Lester Simpson, Nurse Marcia Jones, Laura Joseph, the Alexis family, and friends and neighbours of Brothers and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Lloyd Edric Chetram, also known as Babu and Caesar, of Brothers St. John, will take place on Friday, April 1st at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Open Bible Church, Grove St. John, and interment will be at the Douglaston Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica Dola Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, passed away on Tuesday, 8th March 2022, at the age of 94. She was the mother of Yvette Lowe, Gregory Bascom, Bernadette Fall, Richard Horsford, Marcia Hazard, Matthew and Sharon Horsford, stepmother of Martin Lumpress, grandmother of Nigel, Neil and Neela Duncan, Rodlin Lowe, Winston and Randy Bascom, Sophia Charles, Michelle, Rachel and Marcel Horsford, Marcel Hazard and Quinton, great-grandmother of 25. Many nieces and nephews including Daphne Bascom, Eric Bascom, Teresa Edwards, Gloria Mitchell, Philip George and Leon Mitchell. Mother-in-law of Claudia Bascom, Janice and Belinda. Sister-in-law of Lawrence Francis, Clarice Charles, Gwen, Tony and Joan Murray. Other relatives and friends including Raleigh Jessamy, Dandley Bascom, the Bascom family of Felix Park, Happy Hill and River Road, the Latouche, Horsford and Felix families, and neighbours and friends of Retreat, Pomrose, Felix Park and De Blando. The funeral of the late Veronica Dola Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, will take place on Monday, April 4th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Martin de Porres Roman Catholic Church, Crowshoe St. Andrew, and interment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Lucille Maxime, also known as Alcina Chase of Grand Anse St. George, died on Wednesday, 23rd March 2022, at the age of 82. The funeral arrangements for the late Lucille Maxime, also known as Alcina Chase of Grand Anse St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Carlisle James, also known as Black Boy and Baggy of Beaulieu St. George, died on Tuesday, 22nd March 2022, at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements for the late Carlisle James, also known as Black Boy and Baggy of Beaulieu St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Daphne Joseph, also known as Dati of Latente St. David, passed away on Wednesday, 16th March 2022, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Daphne Joseph, also known as Dati of Latente St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Leonard Abraham Macmillan, also known as Leonard Gludd and Tarway of Bellevue St. David, passed away on Saturday, 19th March 2022, at the age of 68. The funeral arrangements for the late Leonard Abraham Macmillan, also known as Leonard Gludd and Tarway of Bellevue St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Edward Mordred Roberts, also known as E.M. Roberts of Belmont St. George, died on Saturday, 19th March 2022, at the age of 86. The funeral arrangements for the late Edward Mordred Roberts, also known as E.M. Roberts of Belmont St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Teresa Cummings, also known as Carmen, of Beaulieu St. George, passed away on Saturday, 19th March 2022, at the age of 81. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Cummings, also known as Carmen, of Beaulieu St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Paul Joseph, also known as Preacher, of Cemetery Hill St. George's, passed away on Thursday, 17th March 2022, at the age of 73. The funeral arrangements for the late Paul Joseph, also known as Preacher, of Cemetery Hill St. George's, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Agnes Barry, also known as Loyola, of La Fortune St. Patrick, who resided in the USA, passed away on Saturday, 12th March 2022 in Canada, at the age of 77. The funeral arrangements for the late Agnes Barry, also known as Loyola, of La Fortune St. Patrick, who resided in the USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Sebastian Francis Richardson, also known as Sibo, of Tivoli St. Andrew, passed away on Monday, 14th March 2022, at the age of 62. The funeral arrangements for the late Sebastian Francis Richardson, also known as Sibo of Tivoli St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Anita Blackett, also known as Mama Nita, of Pedmotar St. David, passed away in Trinidad at the age of 89. The funeral arrangements for the late Anita Blackett, also known as Mama Nita of Pedmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Sybil Matilda Roberts, also known as Mama and Pitty, of New Hampshire St. George, passed away on Sunday, 13th March 2022, at the age of 81. The funeral arrangements for the late Sybil Matilda Roberts, also known as Mama and Pitty, of New Hampshire St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Teresa Smith, also known as Farm O, of Carrier, who resided at Telescope St. Andrew, passed away on Thursday, 17th March 2022, at the age of 84. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Smith, also known as Farm O, of Carrier, who resided at Telescope St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
George Ferguson of Shantimel St. Patrick died on Sunday, 13th March, at the age of 73. The funeral arrangements of the late George Ferguson will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Ian Redhead, also known as Flyers of Hillsborough Street, who resided at Melville Street and Archibald Avenue, St. George's, passed away on Friday, 11th March, at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements of the late Ian Redhead will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Monica Cynthia Knight Martin, affectionately known as Monix, of Montmort St. George, passed away on Sunday, 6th March 2022, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Monica Cynthia Knight Martin, affectionately known as Monix of Montmort St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, who resided in the USA, passed away on Tuesday, 8th March 2022, at the age of 94. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Horsford, née Bascom, of Retreat St. David, who resided in the USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Joseph Peterson of Shantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, passed away on Friday, 25th February in the UK at the age of 87. The funeral arrangement of the late Joseph Peterson of Shantimel St. Patrick, who resided in the United Kingdom, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Velma Ada Murray of Monkridge St. Patrick, who resided at Grenville Street, St. George's, passed away on Friday, 4th March 2022, at the age of 71. The funeral arrangements for the late Velma Ada Murray of Monkridge St. Patrick, who resided at Grenville Street, St. George's, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. In loving memory of Deslin Veronica Thomas of Paradise St. Andrew, who passed away in the USA on 23rd March 2020 and was entombed at the Grand Bras Cemetery. It's been 2 years since you've been gone, but it seems like only yesterday. Our hearts split in two. One side filled with memories, the other died with you. We often lie awake at nights while the world is fast asleep and take a walk down memory lane with tears upon our cheeks. Remembering you is easy. We do it every day. But missing you is a heartache that never goes away. We hold you tightly within our hearts, and there you will remain. Gone forever, but not forgotten. From your loving family Denise, Denny, Deborah, Debbie, Davis, Devon, Dorianne, and Tomel. Funeral arrangements were entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. In memory of Chad Joseph Edghill of Grand Mall St. George, who resided in New York and passed away on March 29, 2012 at the age of 24. He was laid to rest on April 12, 2012. Left to cherish his memory are his mom, Myrna Anne-Marie Joseph, grandmother Gillian Catherine Joseph, many aunts and uncles including Tessa Edghill Gittins, Rachel and Bernadette Joseph, and numerous other family members and friends. Don't think of him as gone away. His journey's just begun. Life holds so many facets. This earth is only one. Just think of him as resting from the sorrows and the tears, in a place of warmth and comfort, where there are no days and years. Think how we must be wishing that we could know today how nothing but our sadness can really pass away. And think of him as living in the hearts of those he touched. For nothing loved is ever lost, and he was loved so much. Funeral arrangements were entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.